Good morning. This will be the last class I will teach before 2026. I'm hoping 2026 brings us a happy and a healthy new year this year, because we've had some challenges over the course of 2025. And so, yeah, we just want just to be happy and healthy and find compassion for ourselves in times when we don't feel that well, which I always find hard, but I will be teaching how to have compassion for ourselves starting next week to college students. So, what better way than to start by having this last um, New Year's Eve-ish day flow. So, it's going to be a longer one, but I want to start off in a standing position on your mat. And inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, closing the eyes. And exhale, leaning over to the right, keeping your eyes closed. So being very gentle with your body this morning. We'll get to some uh, sweatier flow soon. Inhale back up and exhale over to the left, keeping the eyes closed. This way you have balance and stability in your feet as you challenge your balance by moving in one direction. And inhale again. And exhale, hands to heart center, fluttering the eyes open, and setting an intention for today's practice, whatever it may be. I've told you mine, but you don't have to have, intention right now quite on your mind. But if you want, and you want to take a few seconds to jot down your intention for today's practice, now is a good time. So we stand here, we'll close our eyes again on inhale. On exhale, open our eyes as our arms come up. Inhale, our eyes close as our hands come to heart center. Exhale, the eyes open up. Your arms come up. Mhm. And inhale your arms to heart center. And then we're going to just standing in a standing position. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, this time taking a forward fold. My hamstrings are really tight right now, so I'm just gonna let them hang, let my hands hang, or take opposite elbows in a ragdoll position. Maybe keeping a bend in your knees. And then bringing your hands down to the mat. We're gonna take your right leg back, turn a low lunge, right knee comes down, untucking the toes, you inhale, come up. Exhale, sinking into that right hip flexor. Inhaling here. And exhaling, holding this position for a little bit longer. Inhale. And exhale. And planting the palms, you're going to straighten that left leg as you lean back towards your back heel and getting a hamstring stretch in that left hamstring. Maybe grabbing the toes, challenging your balance. Inhaling. And exhale. Oops, see my pencil off. And bending that left knee, tucking the right toe under. We'll come to our first downward facing dog. You'll pedal your legs out, bending the left knee, and then bending the right knee. We'll try to follow the bending and straightening with your own breath. And then you'll inhale that right leg up and exhale the right foot between your hands, and your left knee will come down as you inhale the arm up overhead and exhale, sinking into that left hip flexor. Again, holding these earlier poses for slightly longer. We'll be getting into a more vigorous, fast flow shortly. Inhale. And exhale, you're going to plant your palms and shift your weight back as you straighten that right leg. Maybe grab your toes. If you have your toes, you might feel also here a nice calf stretch. And then slowly we'll bend that right knee, tuck the left toes under, come back to downward facing dog. And this time we're going to take our right leg up, And exhale our right leg to the outside of our left foot. So you're gonna get a nice kind of IT down stretch here. Holding here. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then we'll take that right foot back into a regular downward facing dog. On an inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, left leg snaps to the right foot. You can lift your feet into the more side turns. And again, getting a stretch in those calf muscles and your IT bands. Noticing any difference in one side or the other. For me, my right side needs to desperately release. It is hanging on to something, I'm not sure what. And then we'll come back to a regular downward facing dog. And inhale, come forward into a plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Inhale, you come through with a baby cobra. Exhale, wide-legged child's pose. And then tucking your toes under, downward facing dog. On an inhale, we'll do that one more time, coming forward to a plank. And exhale, this time I would chaturanga or use chest chin. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, wide-legged child's pose. And then tucking the toes under into your downward facing dog. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale to the plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, wide-legged child's pose. And then tuck the toes under, inhaling. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we'll bend our knees, look forward to our big hands. And we'll walk our feet to our hands. On an inhale, we'll look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, bringing hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. I did. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, maybe you're ready to jump back for your chaturanga as we take some sun salutations. Inhale, upward dog, skipping whatever doesn't feel right for you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk or hop, feet to your hands. Inhale, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, pop your feet to your hands. Inhale, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, one more time, fold over. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale those arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, we'll bring hands to heart center. On an inhale, we'll sit into our chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, we'll hold here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale for one more breath. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale as we look up. And exhale, coming back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, right foot between the hand. Warrior one. Palms come down. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, forward to the plank. Inhale here. Any version of your chaturanga. You can do one leg. Straight chaturanga, skip chaturanga, whatever you want. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg out. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, palms come down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, forward to a plank. Inhale, option for your variation. And we'll get back in upward facing dog. And then come back to downward facing dog. Breathing in through the nose. And giving a big sigh out through the mouth, letting it all go. You should be starting to warm up a little bit. On an inhale, bend the knees, exhale, walk up, feet to hands. Inhale as we look up, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sitting in your chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, right foot between your hands, warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, palms come down, right leg to three-legged down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between your hands, warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale, palms come down. Left leg comes up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in through your nose. And sighing out through your mouth. On an inhale, bend in the knees. Exhale, walking or hopping your feet to hands. Inhale, look up. And exhale, folding forward. And inhale into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to your heart center, taking a twist over to the right. Inhale, float over your right shoulder. On exhale, bring your weight into your right leg, slowly taking your left leg back. You're in your low twisted lunge. Inhale in here. Exhale, maybe opening up the arms to get a further twist. Inhale. On an exhale, you'll come into your high lunge. Inhaling here. On an exhale, the left arm comes underneath the right, we're in eagle arms. Inhale as you slowly take a back bend. Exhale, shifting forward and coming into your, warrior three with eagle arms. Inhale here. And exhale, you're going to bring that left leg up in front of you. So balancing on the right leg, stability in the right leg. Inhale. And exhale, taking the left leg back. Inhaling here. And exhale, bringing the left leg forward. This time taking it over the right and coming into an eagle wrap. Inhale here. Exhale, shifting forward, maybe curling the spine. And then slowly can take that left leg back, undoing the arms, maybe open them into your half moon pose. Gazing up your left fingertips. Inhale here. On an exhale, bending the right knee and coming into your warrior two. Inhales, reverse the warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. The right leg comes up to three-legged down dog. Inhale, fully completely plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, let's take that left leg up. And exhale, the left foot between your hands. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll come into our high lunge. So we're doing it a little bit out of order. We'll bring our hands to our heart center and taking a twist over to our left. Maybe opening up our arms, then further into twist. Inhaling here. And on the exhale, we'll come into our high lunge. On an inhale, taking our right arm underneath our left. Elbows away from the chest, taking a slight back bend. Exhale, shifting forward. We'll come into our warrior three. Inhale, slowly coming up, straightening that right leg in front of us. And exhale, slowly bringing it back. Inhale as we lift it up. And exhale, slowly lifting it back. And on inhale, slowly lifting it up. On exhale, the right leg comes over the left. And we're in full eagle. Inhale here. Exhale, shifting forward. And then slowly, maybe opening up into your half moon pose. Gazing over your right fingertips. Left arm is out in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, partnering the hands down. The left arm comes to a three-legged down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. For those of you doing chin stand, maybe come around lifting the chin up. Balancing. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in through the nose. And sighing out through the mouth. On an inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walking or hopping your feet to your hand. Inhale, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, sitting in your chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhaling here. On an exhale, we'll plant the palms. We're going to bring our legs a little bit wider. And we're going to get into it or play on the crowd. So taking our right knee on top of our right tricep. And left knee on top of our left tricep. Your toes can be interlaced. Sometimes that helps with balance. If you want to try to straighten your arms even further to crane, you do that. And we'll hold here for one more breath. And then shooting the legs back to chaturanga. We're playing that inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, engaging with core. Inhale up. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right knee to the nose again, holding here. And then bring the right foot between your hands as you inhale into your high lunge. Exhale again, eagle wrap, left arm underneath the right. Inhale, elbows away from the chest. And exhale, we'll shift forward. And again, come into our warrior three with eagle arms. Inhaling here. Exhale, slowly come up, left leg over the right, full eagle wrap. Inhale. Exhale, maybe folding forward a little bit. The left leg comes back behind you. As you unwrap the arms, coming into your half moon. Maybe this time coming into a bind, bending the left knee. And taking the left hand to the left foot. You might feel a big hamstring stretch like I do on the right leg. If you're in the bind, or even if you're not, and you want to try to bring your right hand to your heart center, the balance. We'll hold this for one breath. Wherever you are, you'll open back up to your half moon and bring your left arm down into a standing split. Inhale here. On an exhale, bring your hands to the heart center, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to hug your left knee into your chest. Again, you're bringing your left leg over your right, left arm underneath your right. Again, we're back in our eagle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, folding forward. The left leg comes back to warrior three. We'll come back to our high lunge, opening up the arms. Inhale here. And exhale, open to a warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, straightening the right leg, coming into a triangle pose. Trikonasana. On an inhale, reversing the triangle. Exhale, coming back to the triangle. Folding forward into a pyramid pose. You can always walk the left leg in a little bit more. Using blocks. And then bend the right knee. We'll take the right leg up to the three-legged down dog. As we inhale, bring your right knee or right elbow. Maybe coming into the arm balance at the Baddha Konasana. From here, if you want to keep your chin down, coming up, then you can come back to your arm balance. And then coming back to chaturanga. I always just give the things to play around with. You can skip everything, it does not matter. And then we'll meet back and down, we're facing dog. Now let's see if I can remember what I did on the right side, on the left side. That's the challenge. Inhale, the left leg up. And exhale, bringing the left knee to the nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to the right tricep. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep. Inhale back up. Exhale, left knee to the nose, hold in here. And then bring the left foot between your hands. As you inhale, come into your high lunge. Exhale, the right arm comes underneath the left. Inhale, elbows away from the chest. Exhale, slowly shifting forward. Warrior three. And then slowly coming up, taking that right leg over the left for eagle wrap. Inhaling here. Exhale, folding forward. This time, come back to a warrior three, opening up the arms to half moon, maybe taking the bind, right hand to the right foot. And if you have the bind, maybe taking the left hand to your heart center. And we'll hold this for one breath. And then slowly coming into your half moon. Bring your right palm down, and standing foot. And inhale here. And we'll exhale, we'll bring our hands back to heart center. As we slowly come up. And again, this time take your right leg over your left. And right arm underneath your left. Again, we're in eagle wrap. Inhaling here. And exhale, folding forward. We'll take our right leg back behind you for warrior three. Then coming into our high lunge, unwrapping your arms overhead. Inhaling here. And exhale, we'll open to a warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, we'll straighten that left leg. And come into a triangle pose. And inhale, reversing the triangle. And exhale, taking triangle pose again. Gazing up the right hand. From here, we'll slowly, maybe bringing that right foot in a little bit. Coming into the pyramid pose. Inhaling here. On the exhale, left knee. Comes into the three-legged down dog. On an inhale, bring our left knee to our left tricep. Maybe coming into the arm balance. Again, option to come into the chin stand. From there, you'll bring it up. And back to the tricep. Then maybe shooting your left back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in through your nose. And sighing out through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. And out through the mouth. On an inhale, come forward into a plank pose. And we'll take 4 yogi push-ups. So inhale in the plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for 2. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for 3. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for 4. Good job. Holding plank here. I told you this was going to get fast. Inhaling, using all of our strength from 2025. And slowly we'll come down to our forearms. So we're in a forearm plank.
Is it Vivian's?
Not quite yet.
Then why do
You're gonna bring, because it's December 30th. Almost New Year's. Right forearm parallel to the top of the mat as left arm comes up. You're in a variation of side plank.
Mom.
Almost. Inhaling here. Exhale, left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. As you bring the right arm up. Inhaling here. So feeling your core and your oblique muscles working. And exhale back to the plank pose. And then bringing your legs down on Sphinx. So this should feel nice and good. So your arms, your elbows on the mat, your forearms running the mat. And you're rocking the hips from side to side. And then inhaling here. On an exhale, we'll slowly come back to our forearm plank. The right arm into the mat, the left arm into the mat, like our plank pose. And we'll come back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. And exhale, walking or hopping your feet to your hand. Inhale, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, we'll take our right arm underneath our left. So lots of eagle today. Inhale, bring your right leg up. And extending your toes or dorsiflexing your toes. Exhale, we'll come back to the warrior three. Again, we did this before. Inhale, the leg comes up. And exhale, warrior three. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, right leg over the left for eagle wrap. Inhaling here. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. Exhale, the right leg into a warrior three. This time, palms come down for standing split. We're going to take reverse that move. You take your left hand to your left hip. Twist and open to the left. You feel a nice stretch in that IT band. Inhale here. And exhale, that right leg's going to come down. So you're in your low twist. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come into a side plank. Option to take yogi toe lock, left fingers around left piece, you're going to left leg toe. And maybe you come into this variation. Otherwise, you can bring the stack leg on top of the leg, or you can bring it up down. Whatever variation you feel like doing today. We'll inhale for one more breath.
Me?
And then on exhale, that left foot comes back to your both hips to lunge. You'll inhale here. On exhale, coming up into your high lunge. And then opening into your warrior two. Inhales, reverse. And exhale, extend the side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extend the side angle. We'll take line, left arm underneath. Right hand back, up and over. Gazing over your right shoulder. Option here to gaze down at your left foot. Bring your right foot in to meet your left. Bring your weight in your right leg. And you can come into a bird of paradise. You can stay with your leg bent. I can try to straighten my leg. Not quite as good at that as I was. And you'll just balance here. So lots of balancing and stability work. Holding here, remembering to breathe. And then maybe bending the left knee again. Bringing the left foot down without releasing the bind. Maybe taking your right leg up. And then coming back into your extended foot angle. Opening up the arms as you inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, turtling the hands down around the left leg. Inhaling here. And exhale, left foot comes back to the plank pose. Inhale in plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in through your nose. And sighing out through your mouth. On the inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, walking or hopping your feet to the outside of your palms or your hands. Coming into Balasana or squat pose. Hands to the heart center. Taking your elbows into the inside of your knees. So you feel a nice groin stretch or adductor stretch. And we'll inhale here. And exhale using your strength in your legs. Slowly coming up, arms up overhead. And then hands come by your side. You'll heel toe your feet back together. And then we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to inhale here. And exhale, bringing the left arm underneath the right. And inhale the left leg up. Dorsiflexing the toe. And exhale back to your warrior three. Inhale as you come up, dorsiflexing the toe. And exhale back to your warrior three. And then inhale, come up. On an exhale, that left leg will come over the right. Once wrapped or twice, does not matter. Inhaling here. And exhale, folding over. And then you're going to take your left leg behind you for warrior three with eagle arms. And then you'll plant your hands down, look into your standing foot. From here, we're going to come into reverse half moon. So you're going to inhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. And exhale, twist over to your right. Inhaling here. Then exhale, you're going to take your left leg down, so you're in your low runner's twist. Inhale. On an exhale, maybe taking yogi toe lock, right peace fingers around the right big toe, coming to the outside of your leg, and maybe coming into this variation, or stacking your legs on top of your legs, or bringing the right foot in front of you. Whatever variation works for you today. We'll inhale and exhale. And then slowly you'll bring that right foot back. Come back into your low twisted lunge. And then inhale, we'll slowly come up into your high lunge. And exhale, open into your warrior two. Inhales, reverse the warrior. And exhale, extend to side angle pose. Inhales, reverse the warrior. And exhale, extend to side angle. This time we're coming to our bind. The right arm underneath. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Option to gaze down at your right foot. Walk your left foot in to meet your right. Balancing your weight in your left leg as you slowly lift up. And an option here to maybe try to straighten the leg. Ultimately, the gaze should be over the left shoulder, but you do you. Breathing. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly with control, that right leg comes down. Want to keep the bind, maybe bringing that left leg up. And then slowly coming back into your extended side angle pose. And opening up the arms. As you inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands around the right foot. Inhaling here. And exhale, bring the right foot back to meet the left. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in through your nose. And out through your mouth. On an inhale, we're going to bring both forearms down to the mat. Into a dolphin pose. So you can play around with dolphin push-ups as you inhale coming forward and exhale back. Or if you want to play around with trying the forearm stand, you can kick up and try forearm stand. And wherever you are, holding here for a couple more breaths. And then coming down, coming into your wide-legged child's pose. And on the inhale, walking your hands over to the right side, getting a deep stretch on an exhale, the left side of your body. Inhale as you walk the hands over to the right side, we left side, getting a deep stretch on the right side of the body. And then slowly bring your arms out in front. You'll inhale here. On an exhale, coming forward into your baby cobra upward facing dog. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, bring that right leg up. And exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Inhale back up. Exhale, your right knee comes to your nose, holding here. And then bring your right foot between your hands, paralleling your feet to the side while we're in a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale as you look up. And exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, walk your hands over to the left foot. Exhale over the left leg. Getting a deep stretch in the left leg. On an inhale, we'll walk our hands over to the right foot. And exhale, deep stretch in that right leg. And then inhale, coming back up. And on an exhale, while through an eraser here, I have no idea which train's in front of me. No idea what's going on. Exhale, maybe you want to come into an inversion. So I'm going to come into a tripod. So palms come down. The crown of my head comes down to the mat. As I engage my core, I slowly will lift up. Maybe this is what you have today. Maybe you can come fully up. If you're fully up and you want to engage your core, do some more core workout, you can inhale here and exhale, bring your legs to 90 degrees. Inhale back up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale back up. And you can hold here, you can continue doing those. If it feels more comfortable, just straddle your legs. Maybe give your ankles a nice rolling out. Holding here for one more breath. Until I get down, engage your core. And slowly come down. And then inhale, look up. And exhale, folding down again. On inhale, you bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, slowly coming up. Your heels turn in, your toes out. Inhale, arms up into a star. And exhale, bring my legs a little bit closer, sitting into a goddess pose. Inhale, I'm going to open up my chest. Shoulder blades touch. Exhale, rounding my spine. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your arms by your side. Maybe play around with toe balance, balancing on your toes as your heels come up. Inhale. Exhale, straighten back into a star. And then warrior two, facing the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, you're going to bring your hand to the inside of your right foot. The left heel stays lifted. So we're going to prepare for lizard pose. So you can stay here. You can come down to your forearms. And you can drop the left knee, untucking the toes. Inhaling here. Maybe on the exhale, bring your right hand to the inside, gently pushing that right knee out to the side, getting a deep stretch in your outer root hip. Inhaling here. And exhaling. And then slowly, both palms will come into the mat. You'll tuck the left toes under. And maybe you come out of this, again, if you desire, through an epicodial vinyasana. And we will all meet in an upward facing dog or baby cobra. And then coming back to the downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left leg up. And exhale, bring the left knees to nose. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knees to nose, holding here. And then bring the left foot forward, parallel your feet to the other side. Bring our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, look up. And exhale, holding forward. On an inhale, bring our hands to our heart center. Exhale, bend the right knee, coming into Skandasana. The left toes come up, getting a deep stretch. And that left inner thigh. Then inhale, back up. Exhale, Skandasana to the opposite side. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, back up. This time on an exhale, if you're in Skandasana and you want to bring your right foot in a little bit, bring your arms to that other side of your right foot. So palms to the other side. And you want to come into a variation of kind of a side crow. You can try that. Or you can stay in your Skandasana. Wherever you are, we'll inhale. And we'll exhale, we'll come to the other side of Skandasana. This time it's easier to see, so I'm gonna bring my hands to the outside of my left leg. And I'm gonna balance the weight of my left leg on my right tricep. So I'm not using my left tricep. And then slowly coming back down. And we'll come back into our wide-legged forward fold. Taking an inhale to the low back. And exhale, just releasing, relaxing the neck and the arms, the shoulders. And inhale forward and exhale backward. And then on an inhale, we'll take our hands to our hips. Exhale, slowly coming up. Left toes turned out, warrior two to the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands to the inside left foot. Walking the left foot out to the edge of the mat. You can stay here. You can come down to your forearms. Maybe releasing that right knee down, untucking the toes. Inhale that left arm to the in and exhale to the inside, that left knee. Inhaling here and exhaling. And then slowly we'll come back, both palms come into the mat. You'll curl that right toe under, option to come into the arm balance. And we'll all eventually meet in upward facing dog or downward facing dog, whatever you want. Inhale up dog and exhale downward facing dog. Breathing in through the nose and sighing out through the mouth. On an inhale, we'll bend our knees and exhale, let's hop our feet through and coming into Navasana or boat pose. Inhale, boat. Exhale, Ardha Vasana or half boat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, half boat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, half boat. And then inhale, folding in boat. You're gonna interlace your hands, point your fingers touch. Inhale to one side, and exhale to the other to work your obliques. Inhale, and exhale. One more on each side, inhale, and exhale. Then we're gonna rock back, hugging your knees into your chest. This should feel good on your spine. And rocking all the way up into your forward fold. Inhale halfway up and exhale, folding forward. Inhale the arms all the way up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. We'll come into some more balancing. So inhale, let's hug our right knee into our chest. And exhale, taking our left arm forward, our right leg comes back. And our right hand takes hold of the right top of the foot. I explained that right. Inhale here. Exhale, shifting forward, we're going to come into dancer pose. Inhale. And exhale. Finding your drishti or your gaze. Feeling the strength and stability in that left leg. Inhale, you'll slowly come up. Exhale again, you'll hug your right knee into your chest. And then you're going to bring your right foot into your inner left thigh. And you're prepare for tree pose. Hands to the heart center. So your foot could be down your shin too. Inhale here. Exhale, the arms up overhead. Gaze will follow. Inhaling. Relaxing the shoulders. And exhale. Slowly bring your hands back to your heart center. Inhale your right peace fingers, maybe around your right big toe, or you can just grab your knee, maybe extending it out. So I have my knee bent. And on exhale, maybe extending it out to the side, or you can just have your knee bent. Inhale here. Exhale, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, bending the right knee. This time your right heel comes into your left hip crease. I know it's a lot on the left leg. Your hands will come to your heart center. We're gonna play around with grasshopper pose. So this is a challenging pose, so just play around. So you're gonna come into kind of a one-legged chair pose, squatting, so you still get a nice stretch in your outer hips. This time, I'm gonna take both hands to the outside of my leg. My right foot is gonna come onto my right tricep. And then slowly, I shift forward. My arms are slightly bent, and we're in a grasshopper. So it's something to just play around with. Alternatively, if you want to just get the stretch, going into a forward fold again with your right foot into your left hip crease. We get a nice stretch in that left leg. And then slowly, wherever you are, we'll sit back into our chair pose. Inhaling here, exhale coming up, and shaking the right leg out. And then bring the right foot down to meet the left. Now we'll take it to the other side. As we inhale, we'll hug our left knee into our chest. Exhale, right arm out to front, left palm by your side. And we'll come into our dancer, inhaling here. Exhale, extending. Going into your dancer pose, finding your drishti. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly you'll come up. You're gonna again hug your left knee into your chest. Bring your left foot to your inner right thigh or shin. Hands come to your heart center for tree. Inhaling here. Exhale, arms up overhead for a tree. And relaxing those shoulders. Finding your drishti. I'm a little wobbly today, but you can always try to close your eyes and simply balance with proprioception, which means just where your body is in space. And then inhaling here. On exhale, hugging again your left knee into your chest. Your left piece fingers can come around your left big toe. You can extend your leg out in front. I can't, I'm bending my knee. Hold here, and then maybe opening it out to your side, maybe extending that leg. Gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly, you'll bend that knee. You're going to bring your left foot into your right hip crease this time. So again, I'm going to play around with that grasshopper, but you always have the option of just staying here in your seated chair, although that's going to hurt for a while. You can come into your fold. Your right hip can be slightly bent. My right hamstring doesn't let me forward fold all the way. Or you can play around grasshopper. So in grasshopper, we're going to bend, bringing our hands to the outside. That left foot is going to come on the left tricep as you slowly come into your grasshopper. So if you notice, my right arm is by itself. And then slowly you'll come out of it. Kind of hang out in your forward fold for a little bit. Come back into your one-legged chair. Slowly rise up and shake out the legs. That was definitely a hard flow. So we're going to start to unwind, cooling it down a little bit. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale as you look up. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, maybe flipping the dog. Coming into a rock star. Opening up the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, the right palm comes down. You're in your three-legged down dog. As you inhale, bring your right knee into your nose. Exhale, right leg back up. Inhale, right knee to left tricep. Exhale, back up. Inhale, right knee to right tricep. Exhale, back up. And inhale, bend your knee, open your hip. This time bring your right knee to your right wrist, preparing for pigeon pose. Inhale as you take a slight back bend, tenting your fingers onto the mat. And then exhale, you'll fold over that right shin. Finding a deep stretch in that outer hip. If this is uncomfortable, you can take figure four position on your back. And if you would like, you can slowly bring your palms back up. If you want to take the pause stretch, you can bend your left knee and take your left hand to the foot. If you want to try king pigeon, bringing that left foot into the left elbow crease. The right arm comes up and over and grabs hold of the left toe, the left fingertips. Feeling a deep stretch in that left hip flexor and quad. And then you'll inhale here. And exhale, slowly coming out of it, tucking the left toes under, the right leg comes up. Then your knee over your hip circles in one direction. And then reversing the direction. The right leg comes down to make the left. On inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to the right tricep. Inhale, back up. And exhale, bend the over the hip and flip the dog into a rock star. Inhaling here. And exhale. And maybe bring that left arm back down, coming to your three-leg down dog. The inhale, bend the knee over the hip. And on the exhale, that left knee comes to the left wrist, paralleling your shin to the top of the mat as much as you can. Inhale, take a back bend, and exhale, folding over. You did so on the other side. Walking your hands back up, bending the right leg, taking the right hand to the right leg. Maybe bringing it into the right elbow crease. The left arm comes up and over. And you come into the king pigeon. Deep stretch in that quad. And then slowly releasing. Tucking the right toes under. The left leg comes up as you bend your knee over the hip. Hip circles in one direction. And then reversing the direction. The left foot comes down to meet the right. And we'll inhale here. And exhale, staying in this restorative kind of inversion pose, where head is lower heart. Inhale again. And exhale. On inhale, we're going to come into a little bit of a tricky balance, making sure that we stay grounded. We're going to bring our left arm up and our right leg up. Exhale, maybe taking the left arm behind you and grabbing hold of the right foot. Inhaling here and exhaling. Slowly release with control. Both come down. On an inhale, that right arm comes up and the left leg comes up. And exhale, the right arm behind, grabbing hold of the left foot. And inhaling here. And exhaling. And slowly with control, releasing. Back down into your downward facing dog. And inhale here. On exhale, we'll walk our hands back to the back of the mat. Inhaling, look up. And exhale, coming into a ragdoll. And swaying your hips from side to side. And inhale, look up. Exhale, your palms come down. You'll walk yourself out to a plank. And inhaling in plank. Exhale, coming all the way down to the mat. Inhale, interlacing your hands at the base of your spine. And exhale, we'll come into a few back bends as you slowly lift your shoulders and your legs and your chest up. Coming into locust pose. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths, inhaling. And exhale. And last breath. Slowly releasing. Bringing one cheek to one side, maybe swaying your hips from side to side. And taking your cheek to the other side. And this time we'll bring our arms out in front of us. So we're going to come into Superman. So we're going to inhale. And on an exhale, the arms and the legs rise. And from here, we're going to come into patter our legs back and forth. And then we'll stop here. Inhale. Exhale, patter. And inhale. And exhale, release. Shaking your hips from side to side. And bring your other cheek to the other side. And then from here, we'll come into one last back bend. Could be really at any choice. I'm going to come into a bow. So bending my knees, taking my hands to the tops of my feet or ankles, inhaling. And on an exhale, my chest and my tops of my thighs rise up. Inhaling, feeling the belly rise, and exhaling, feeling it coming down. On an inhale, I'm going to rock over to my left side. Get a nice shoulder stretch on my exhale. And then inhale back up. Exhale, shoulder stretch on my right side. And then taking an inhale back up. And exhale, releasing. Wiggling your hips from side to side. We're going to bring our hands into our mat and come into a wide-legged child's pose to counter the effects of the back bend. And then we'll inhale here. And exhale. And slowly coming into our tabletop position. We'll come into a cross-legged seated position. And we'll come into a fire log. So your left shin is down, right shin on top of your left. Inhale as you look up. And exhale, folding your arms forward if it's in your practice. Feeling a deep stretch in your outer thighs. Well, for me, it's definitely my outer thigh. Inhale here. And exhale. Slowly coming up because we're already halfway into your to Gomukasana. We're going to take just the right leg, right knee over the left knee. Inhale, come up. And exhale, fold it over. And slowly coming back up. And then we'll take our right shin down, left shin on top of the right. I think that's the other one we didn't do. I'll know definitely when I fold over. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, walking your hands into a comfortable position. And then slowly you'll come up, coming right into Gomukasana legs, your right leg, right knee's on top of your left. It doesn't have to be perfect. Inhale as you look up, and then exhale, folding forward. And slowly coming back up. And then you're going to bring your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a wide-legged straddle. So legs are out in front of you, but you're bringing them apart. This might be it for you. You want your chest to stay up. You can inhale here. On an exhale, maybe trying to walk your arms forward. Should feel a stretch in your hamstring. If you want to really just fold over now, if you really just want your spine to fold over, you could take your peace fingers around your big toes. If you want, and maybe try to fold over. From here, we're just going to slowly bring the legs together into Paschimottanasana. Forward fold. And then you're going to come to lie down on your back. We're going to take a couple of spinal twists. Coming into a happy baby. Maybe rocking from side to side. And taking your knees over to your left side. You can cross your left on top of your right if you want. And your gaze should be over your left shoulder. So just make sure your left shoulder is down to feel the full twist. And then you'll inhale back up. On exhale, reversing your lying position and bringing your knees over to the left side. Gaze over your right shoulder. And then again, you'll hug your knees into your chest, taking any last poses that you need to relax into your Shavasana. So if you want to relax into your Shavasana, bring your legs out in front of you, your palms facing up. That's one way. You can bring your soles and your feet together, your knees apart. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Whatever you wish for yourself today. So while you're in your Shavasana, I want you to try to think about the goal that you set at the start of this practice. Maybe you jotted it down, maybe you didn't. I want you to think about 2025. Inhaling and remember all of the good parts, good memories, everything you want to take with you, the skills you learned, relationships, the memories, friends. Take all of that with you into 2026. And then I want you to exhale all of the memories that you want to just wash away and let go. We can't erase memories, but we can let go. And for the new year, you have the power to control how you react, to whatever challenges and uncertainties you may face. No year is perfect, but let the skills, supports, relationships, honesty, and trust that you learned from the years before, let them pass over into the new year and guide you and help you to make and feel empowered and in control. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Happy New Year.